All right, on to problems number 38 and 39. Notice something different here. Don't have the problem up or the passage. I want to force you to look in your book or in your practice test. So if you're using the official SAT study guide or if you have a printout of the test, I want you to use that. Want to make it harder for you because on the real SAT, you're not going to have the section of the passage pasted on the screen where the right answer is. The biggest test for you here is to actually search for the answer. So I want you guys to practice doing that. So get out your books or get out your practice tests and let's look at problem number 38. Wolf characterizes the questions in lines 53 to 57 as both, if don't look at the answer choices, but we want two adjective as both blank and blank. Something, well, that wasn't straight. Blank and blank. So we know we don't want to look at the answer choices, but we know we want two adjectives. So if we go back and look at 53 to 57, lines 53 to 57. Now I'm going to read in context. This is really important. We want to sometimes read a little bit before, not only the lines talked about in the question, but a little bit before and a little bit after. So instead of 53, I'm going to start on line maybe 45. But we have not come here to laugh or to talk of fashion, men's and women's. We are here on the bridge to ask ourselves certain questions, and they are very important questions. So notice that, important. Notice this is not in line 53 to 57. The clue is not necessarily in the lines in the question, stated in the question. It may be a little bit before, it may be in these lines, 53, or maybe after, but not necessarily always in the lines talked about, the line reference in the question. A lot of students just look at 53 to 57 and then they're confused and they're like, I don't know where the answer is. Well, sometimes it could be in another place, before or after. That's why we're reading in context. That means reading around it. So let's keep reading. And they are very important questions, and we have very little time to answer them. So important and little time. That stands out. Let's keep reading. The questions we have to ask and to answer about that procession during this moment of transition are so important, again, important, that they may well change the lives of all men and women forever. For we have to ask ourselves, here and now, do we wish to join that procession or don't we? On what terms shall we join that procession? Above all, where is it leading us? The procession of educated men. Okay, so it said important a couple times, and then they're important and we have little time. We don't have a lot of time to answer them. Now let's go to the answer choices. A, B, C, and D. So let's take a look. Controversial and threatening. Let's just look at the first one. Controversial. Is controversial important? No. Weighty and unanswerable? No, we said important and little time. How about D? Provocative and mysterious? Well, mysterious doesn't mean little time, and provocative doesn't mean important. So we're left with C. Momentous, a momentous occasion, an important occasion. And pressing, meaning it's not a lot of time. So C is the correct answer for 38. Now let's look at 39. 39 is basically asking us, okay, where did you find it? Where's the proof? So where did we find that? and they are very important questions, and we have very little time in which to answer them. If you look at the text, that comes from lines 48 through 49. So A, B, C, D. Where is lines 48 through 49? That's answer choice B. So this may not be as easy as the earlier videos, but it's going to help you in the long run, because the biggest skill you need to learn when doing these is actually going and finding the right answer in the text. You have to, that's the skill. You have to find it. Was it in 53 to 57? No, it was a little bit before. The clue was in 48 through 49. So in the next videos, we're going to keep doing this to give you practice. You got to practice doing this, because ultimately you're going to be taking the SAT on yourself and the answer is not going to be right in front of you. I'll see you in the next video where we'll do the last two problems of this passage, 40 and 41. See you there.